Section 3 was about energetic strength, so that was about, bioenergetics, neuromuscular holding patterns, all this stuff that Eliot kind of revolutionized in the fitness industry. He kind of brought it to the light. He brought that awareness back to it. He put his pride on hold. He put all the stuff on hold. You've seen his videos. What's his video? Brain Slave No More, that one. And there's a bunch of other videos, right, where he goes nuts and experiences the energy flowing through his body. So this book has a lot of actually that stuff in there, explaining that, how that all works. Meditation. He explains how you can release that pent-up energy inside of you. Like, he goes actually into a step process on how to help you release the tension in you, so that's pretty cool. He talks about dynamic meditation, and most importantly, he talks about breathing, and this was very interesting for me. He includes a few different examples on how to open yourself back up, how to return yourself to a normal state of breathing, the benefits of breathing. There's so much information in here about just the human and breathing and how crucially important it is to everything that we do. So that was one thing that stuck out for me. And of course, this section included Eliot's big philosophy on the archetypes. I know that the whole idea of the archetypes of wholeness, it wasn't Eliot's creation, it wasn't his idea, it was Robert Moore's idea. But I mean, Eliot has adopted this philosophy into himself. That's kind of how philosophies work a lot of the time. People develop their own, they adapt other people's. So there's a good portion of this book dedicated to that. Very interesting angle on all the things that make you whole, all the things that make you balance, the different parts of you that you have to take care of, and the different parts of you that you have to, not be neglecting. Maybe what you're strong at, what you're weak at, stuff like that. Kind of like how on my channel I talk a lot about physical strength, mental strength, emotional strength, and spiritual strength. All those four things make you whole. Eliot's kind of thing is the king, lover, magician, and warrior. So if you're interested in that, his philosophy and that angle, that was very interesting to read. I will add one thing though about his energetic strength section. He gets very spiritual. You really have to read that section of the book with an open mind. He's trying to essentially explain spirituality to you. I mean, a lot of people come from different religious backgrounds. They come from their own upbringing, their own understanding. So whatever you grew up with, take that section with a grain of salt, okay? Like, look at what he's saying from more than just its face value, because there's more depth to what he's saying and some of this stuff. So there are some things, like being raised in the household that I was, and being raised the beliefs that I were, there were some sections that I was kind of skimming and flipping pages because it wasn't entirely what I believed in. It wasn't entirely how I thought things worked in life, and that's fine, right? Everyone has their own perspectives and beliefs on that, and I understood everything he was trying to say, and I thought that it was an awesome introduction to someone who does not know themselves in a spiritual way. They don't understand, the potential of a higher power or what their purpose is in the world. The kind of whole idea of souls, and what Eliot refers to it as the self. So when you are reading it, take it with a grain of salt. Take some time. Don't rush through the chapter. Let it soak in, and maybe think of what he's trying to say on a few different ways. For example, if you were to take a rock here, he might say something like, okay, you're trying to embark in the lover in yourself. You want to make a shrine of a lover and make it look really nice, and make sure that you don't break it and don't touch it, because this is a part of you and you have to take care of it. What he's trying to say there is not really like find an object and start worshiping it, okay? He's not trying to create an idol in that sense. He's trying to get you to hardwire your brain to remember certain things. It's like classical conditioning. When you see an object and it makes you think of a certain thing, it's kind of like that. So when he's saying build a shrine of things that you hold dear to you, or whatever it is, if your father passes, build a little shrine for him. He's not getting into cult stuff, and he's not trying to get you to start dancing around a fire chanting. He's trying to get you to understand something from a different perspective. So if I'm trying not to be more of an angry person and I have my lover rock, I'm not worshiping this rock. It's not my new idol or god. It's something that I have to remind myself to be more loving. And whenever I'm angry, maybe I'll see the rock and think, oh yes, I should be embracing that part of me. And then it encourages you to put more thought into it, and channeling more of your energy into those certain things you need to work on. So when you get to the section on, spiritual stuff, read it with an open mind. I think this world is a very spiritual place. I think everybody inside of them, there's more to them than just flesh and bones, but everyone will learn this in a different way. Eliot is trying to explain it as best he can in his own words. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a bit of a heads up. If you're not ready to better yourself, if you're not ready to take your life seriously and improve on all different levels, maybe take a break and do some soul searching before you read a book like this, or maybe this is the book you need to start soul searching and better yourself. This last section was on life mastery. So that was the whole thing about, you know, your vision, your purpose, the hero's journey, stuff like that. This was probably the section of the book I was most excited about. Like, I really wanted to learn about, you know, all the bioenergetics and stuff like that, but the life mastery is his own wisdom and his own experience, and it's really him trying to empower you to become the strongest version of yourself and to become a king. And that's really what this whole section was about. It's about empowering others. A lot of this other stuff you can kind of break down to a science, all these other parts of the book. But this last section of the book is really a lot of Eliot himself, a lot of his own experiences, and how to honor the call when you get that call to life, that call to action, that call to be a better version, to grow up, to leave home, all that stuff. That's the biggest point in your life, right? If you neglect the call, what happens? You know, all that kind of stuff is all included in here. It's a lot of what his Eliot videos were like, about him giving advice to people, kind of what roads to take and how to become, you know, stronger versions of themselves. So I really like that section. All in all, guys, I know the first thing that I was expecting when I bought this book was pretty much like 300 pages of Eliot videos, you know, like kind of that very personal advice, kind of Eliot is speaking from wisdom and experience and you know, giving advice to you on how to be great and all that. But this book isn't all that. It's about 1/4 of that. There's so much more to, I guess, the human and becoming a king than just answering your calling and embarking on your hero's journey. There's a lot much more to being successful and being strong than that. You have to take care of your physical body, you know, you have to take care of yourself emotionally, you have to take care of your relationships, you have to take care of yourself and how you carry yourself, how you speak to others. There's so much more in depth about it, and of course, how to be strong, how to lift heavy ass weights. I can't imagine the amount of work that went into this book, given the amount of information that's in here. If you're looking for like a storybook, this isn't the book for you. Like I said, if you're looking for a bunch of Eliot videos that have been transcribed into words, this isn't the book for you. If you're looking to learn more about the human body and yourself, how you operate, and really how to understand your body, how it works, how your connections work with other people. Alright, that's my review on King. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope this helps you a little bit determine whether or not this is a book for you or not. Again, Eliot, thank you for the read. It was awesome. This book is another thing that has inspired me to leave a legacy on this earth in some way, shape, or form. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you liked it, give me a like and subscribe. I could really use some of those. It really helps my channel grow. And as always, stay tuned for more videos. Lots of stuff coming at you. Klassen out.